Robert Pattinson might be running into a big issue when preparing for The Batman. In a recent YouTube stream, Beyond the Trailer's Grace Randolph disclosed that sources close to the film's production are reporting that the actor is having trouble packing on the necessary pounds for the role. Randolph said, "I've heard that Robert Pattinson is having a little bit of trouble bulking up. I think it's probably impossible for him to fully bulk up because he just has this slight build. But I think it's hilarious they are like, maybe if we give him a few more weeks, he might bulk up. If he hasn't bulked up by now, he's not going to bulk up. Just accept you have a skinny Batman and deal with it." We feel the need to point out a couple of things here. First, Randolph's sources are anonymous, meaning that their degree of involvement in the Batman might be intimately involved or not involved at all, or anything in between. Pattinson hasn't popped up in public at any point super recently, so we have no idea if he's gotten extremely jacked for the Batman, which is in pre-production and is thought to be going before the cameras early next year. Second, it's worth remembering the role that Christian Bale played immediately prior to his debut as the Caped Crusader in Batman Begins. He appeared as the extremely troubled, physically and psychologically fragile title character in The Machinist, a role for which he lost enough weight to pose an actual danger to his health. Bale looked like a skeleton in that movie, and just a year later, he was convincingly playing the big, buff Dark Knight. Now, Bale and Pattinson are obviously different people, so it's entirely possible that the latter could be having some difficulty packing on the muscle while the former did not. All we're saying is the fact that Pattinson has a slight build doesn't mean anything at all, and there's a strong possibility that his reported struggle with bulking up is completely fabricated. In fact, if you ask us, this report has the suspicious ring of a rumor floated by parties who don't think that Pattinson has what it takes to fill out Batman's cape and cowl. We'll concede that there isn't much in his previous filmography to suggest that he has the type of physical presence required to portray the Caped Crusader. Still, if you're mostly familiar with the actor from his work as sparkly vampire Edward Cullen in the Twilight series, then you should know that his casting was no left-field choice.
It's because you believe the lie. It's camouflage. I'm the world's most dangerous predator.
Pattinson is a serious actor, as he's demonstrated in critically acclaimed indie films like Good Time and High Life since his brush with franchise fame. If you need a higher profile, extremely recent example of his formidable chops, look no further than The Lighthouse. The psychological thriller from director Robert Eggers is currently drawing critical acclaim from across the board, and the stark black and white period tale of two lighthouse keepers slowly driving each other mad is largely a two-man show. Those two men are Pattinson and Willem Dafoe, and if the general critical consensus is to be believed, the younger actor more than holds his own opposite a man known far and wide for giving intense, committed performances. Since we've gone this far, let's edge all the way out onto our limb here in suggesting that the most prominent actors to portray Bats in the modern era, Michael Keaton in Tim Burton's films, Bale and Ben Affleck in the early DC movie universe efforts, were hamstrung by not being the most important characters in their own movies. The Batman, as its title indicates, is shaping up to be Pattinson's show. Even if the flick's director Matt Reeves builds a tremendous rogues gallery around him, Pattinson has the opportunity to give us a version of Batman that would be truly groundbreaking. We'll be able to find out for sure when The Batman hits screens on June 25th, 2021. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about your favorite movies and TV shows are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.